The Battle of Mobile Bay was a significant naval engagement that took place during the American Civil War on August 2nd through the 23rd, 1864, near Mobile, Alabama. The Union forces, led by Admiral David G. Farragut, sought to capture the last major Confederate port along the Gulf of Mexico and gain control of the bay, which was heavily defended by the Confederates. The Confederate defense was formidable, with 3 forts: Gaines on Dauphin Island, Fort Morgan at the entrance to Mobile Bay, and Fort Powell on an island in the middle of the bay, creating a well-fortified line. In addition to the forts, an extensive minefield full of torpedoes blocked the entrance to the bay, making it a dangerous passage for Union ships. Admiral Farragut's fleet consisted of 18 ships, including 4 ironclad monitors: the Tecumseh, Manhattan, Winnebago, and Chickasaw, and along with 14 wooden-hulled vessels. In contrast, the Confederate Navy only consisted of 3 gunships and the one lone Confederate ironclad, the CSS Tennessee. Battle began in earnest on August 5, 1864, as the Union fleet entered the bay with the Union Army led by Major General Richard Spriggs Canby attacking Overland. The Tecumseh fired the first shot at 6:47 a.m., starting the confrontation between the 2 forces. The Tecumseh then struck a mine and sank almost immediately, but the rest of the fleet pressed on. Farragut famously climbed the rigging of his flagship, the USS Hartford, to get a better view of the battle and encourage his sailors. Despite the dangers of the minefield, Farragut ordered the fleet to continue on to where the Tecumseh had sunk, betting that most of the torpedoes had been submerged for too long to be effective. In the face of intense Confederate artillery fire from Forts Gaines and Morgan, the Union fleet successfully navigated the obstacles. Farragut issued his famous order, "Damn the torpedoes! Full speed ahead!" to inspire his fleet to push through the minefields and engage the Confederate vessels. Once the Union fleet cleared the mines, the lone Confederate ironclad, the CSS Tennessee, steamed out to engage the entire Union column single-handedly. After holding her own throughout for 3 hours, the tide eventually turned when the Union monitors Chickasaw and Manhattan pummeled the Tennessee until her commander James D. Johnston surrendered. After dispatching the Confederate Navy in the bay, Farragut was able to assist the Union Army with the capture of the rebel forts, with Fort Powell surrendering on August 5th, Fort Gaines surrendering on August 8th, and Fort Morgan finally fell on August 23rd, 1864. The capture of Mobile Bay was a significant strategic victory for the Union, closing one of the last major Confederate ports and tightening the blockade of southern ports during the Civil War. The battle also solidified David Farragut's reputation as one of the Union's most capable naval commanders. Have a great day in history.